Cyberpunk 2077 is a highly anticipated game for many good reasons. It is going to be a massive, open-world, high-quality game coming from CD Projekt Red, the RPG masters. Now, just a few days ago, I had discussed how a CD Projekt Red developer responded to the leaked 18+ rating in Brazil by saying, "What did you expect? We don't fuck around," which is amazing to hear. So many studios change their work so it can possibly get a lower age rating so it can sell to a larger market, but that's not what they did. This game is going to feature things like drug use, sex scenes, blood, violence, gore. I mean, it is going to have a ton of serious content, but now we are hearing that it will contain customizable genitalia, which I guess isn't that surprising, but everyone is kind of imploding because of it, and just because everyone expected them to not just go that extra mile. I mean, this is seriously the next step. And while I wanted to talk about this and kind of give praise to the company, I also wanted to raise the topic of how a company like Sony could handle this situation and the content on their platform, especially with the things that they censor on the PlayStation 4 at this point. So, before we get into that, let us read this PC Gamer article. Cyberpunk 2077 features customizable genitals. Again, we shouldn't be that surprised, but we kind of are. Players can select a gender and customize their characters. Customization can include depictions of breasts, buttocks, and genitalia, as well as various sizes and combinations of genitals, the summary says. The language here is just vague enough so that it's hard to picture exactly what this customization screen will look like. We do know that CD Projekt Red ditched binary gender options last year, changing the character creator to emphasize body types instead, letting players mix and match different parts to create their character however they want it. The ESRB description suggests that the developer has followed through on that approach, but to what exact degree, we don't know. The ESRB summary also says that characters will be able to select size of their genitals. It's so hard to read this seriously. I think that you all understand that, though. What this exactly entails is anyone's guess, but it could resemble Conan Exiles, which has a dong slider to adjust the length of your penis. So I just want to say that I think that it's great that this studio is going all in. They are not holding any content back. They are really just going all for it. They knew what game they wanted to create, and they just said, fuck it. I mean, essentially, that's what they did with The Witcher 3. It features a lot of sex scenes, a lot of inappropriate scenes, and it wasn't ever really that toned down. They went with what they wanted, and we see how well that sold. But I wanted to bring Sony into this conversation because they could potentially censor this title. I know a lot of you may not know, so if you do not know, Sony over the past few years has really changed how they view content, and that's led to a lot of games receiving censorship. All of the content that has been described for Cyberpunk sounds like content that Sony would not allow. If this was an indie company or even a medium-sized studio, I would laugh and tell them to turn their damn asses around and keep dreaming, because this would be censored in all cases, but because this is CD Projekt Red we're talking about, I have a sneaking suspicion that this game will go untouched, which is great. I need to say that. I don't want anything to be censored, but that would show that they don't want to fuck with AAA developers, and that right there is hypocrisy at its finest. That proves that all they care about is the largest profit. If they reject one of the most anticipated titles of the year and told like CD Projekt Red or said that Cyberpunk 2077 won't be coming to a PlayStation near you, that would lose them guaranteed millions of dollars, and at the end of the day, they're just a company that's looking to make money. Now, there have been some AAA developers that have had problems with Sony, still like Square Enix, but again, they may not be looking to censor a Western company, so CD Projekt Red may be safe, and Cyberpunk 2077 may be untouched. I will not be buying my copy of Cyberpunk 2077 for the PlayStation. I do have my worries, as you guys know, with the censorship concerns, but let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think Sony will censor this title? How do you feel about customizable genitals? Are you excited for it? Is it just like another one of those features that you're not overwhelmed with, you're not overjoyed with, but it's there for the options? If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, and of course if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, and I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.